this is where you want to spend the most time. You want to spend the most time where you're the weakest at.
What's up? 筋肉翻訳です。さあ今日はデッドリフトで高重量上げたい人が絶対やるべき種目見ていきましょう。デッドリフトで腰が痛くなって高重量が上げられない人いませんか？これは筋肉に負荷が乗っていなくて関節、そして骨に負荷が乗ってしまっている場合を指します。そんな人のまず大変なこととして筋肉に負荷を乗せる感覚を作る。これが一番苦労するポイントではないでしょうか。僕もそこについて苦労した一人でした。いくつかデッドリフトのための改善種目は紹介しているんですが、今回の種目は特にどこに負荷が乗っているのか確認をするのにベストな種目だと思います。紹介してくれるのはアレックスさん。自分の負荷がどこに乗っているのか確認しながら見てみてください。どうぞ。
So one of the weaknesses that we find on the deadlift is off the floor, like we showed you in the last capsule. Today I want to talk about the weakness at the lockout of the movement, the top portion of the movement. So this is one of the really good exercises that we give to fix or to strengthen the top part of the movement, the block pulls or pin pulls. Essentially where you would want to place the bar when you get set up, you wouldn't want the bar to be too high up because that would make the movement way too easy. Essentially, when you do pause pulls, pause deadlifts, which is another exercise we're going to go over later, another great one to fix the top part of the movement, you would stop the pause deadlifts exactly at about the knees, right underneath the knee joint. You would start the block pulls at exactly the same height, right underneath the knee joint. So this is where we have the bar placed right now. So double overhand again, it's light enough. Again, make sure your lats are engaged, lower back, hamstrings, glutes, deep breath, and throw your hips in the bar. Boom, squeeze your glutes together. There we go. And hips, there we go. Remember, the part of the motion, the part of the movement where you're the weakest at, if we're looking at variation exercises, this is where you want to spend the most time. You want to spend the most time where you're the weakest at. So if you're weak at locking out the deadlift, then you should spend time doing either these or the other exercise we're going to talk about in the next capsule. Another great exercise to fix the top part of the motion of the movement at the lockout of the deadlift is to use accommodating resistance and put chains on the bar. In this case, we have two chains of about 30-40 pounds each. We haven't weighed them yet. So we double them around the bar. So what happens is the higher you go into your movement, the more weight adds onto the bar. The more links of the chain rise up in the air, and so more of the weight goes onto the bar. So the heaviest part of the motion is at the lockout. So it's actually just a regular deadlift. It's the same motion. Now I want you to think about powering through the motion. Explode the bar up. Keep everything tight. Shoulders nice and tight, down, lats engaged, big air through your stomach, hips, and down. Again, lats, hips, one more. Beautiful. Last but not least, this is another really good exercise to work through the sticking point to lock out the movement. So the last exercises that we showed you to fix the lockout, to strengthen the lockout, is actually spending more time at the lockout. Another way to do that is to spend more time where the sticking point tends to happen. So there's two approaches to that. Either you spend more time in the sticking point to really focus on the musculature, keeping everything tight where you're usually the weakest at, or working CAT, compensatory acceleration training technique, and really powering through the movement so you actually don't get stuck in that sticking point, you just power right through it. So this is a pause deadlift. We're going to spend more time in that zone to strengthen everything, keep everything tight, and really get you accustomed to staying tight in that position. So like we did for the block pull, you're going to pull the bar up and you're going to stop right underneath the knee joint. You're going to stay there 2-3 seconds and follow through with the movement. Right in your mid-foot, lats engaged, deep breath through your stomach, up, hips, there we go. Don't shrug it, keep your lats engaged. Shoulders down, big air, lats up, Keep your lats tight. There we go. Much better. One more. 1, 2. Up. There we go. Good. And that was the pause deadlift to strengthen the lockout of the deadlift.
さあ、いかがでしたでしょうか。膝下ポジションで止めてから勢いよく上げる。チェーンをつける。大まかに分けるとこの2つでした。デッドリフトにおいて最も負荷がかかるポジションが膝下ポジションです。最も負荷がかかるので、その負荷を逃がそうとして腰にも負荷が逃げてしまいます。なので重さを下げて、あえてそのきついポジションでキープする。これによって骨に逃がさず筋肉でしっかり支える力の入れ方が分かってくるはずです。チェーンについては個人的にポーズデッドリフトで筋肉に乗せる感覚が分かってから行うべきかなと思います。ポーズデッドリフトでどこに負荷が乗っているか、20キロのバーでも負荷の場所が感じられるように練習してみてください。みんなはデッドリフトを上げるためにどんな種目を行いますか？コメント欄で教えてください。僕は遊びの要素も含めてポーズジャンプ、こんなことを取り入れてみました。最後まで見ていただいてありがとうございます。セカンドチャンネルのオカザーマンチャンネルも更新していくので、ぜひ合わせて見ていってください。ではまた。I won't look back when you're around. I won't think twice when you're gone. Don't hesitate to call me.